Hey everyone, welcome back to the MNS Cards YouTube channel. My name is Michael. I am a full-time Pokemon seller, and today I want to talk about when it made sense for me to start purchasing things for my business that wasn't just inventory. So this is something that I've really struggled with. Is in the beginning, money was tight, so every dollar that I had, it kept going into purchasing more and more inventory and rolling that and snowballing that and trying to get as much inventory and cash flow as I possibly could. But over the years, I've noticed that my time has become a lot more valuable. So there's some things that I needed to purchase so that my time could be best spent for my business. And I'll talk about a couple of those things today. And by purchasing these things, it's given me more time to make sure that I am purchasing the inventory that I need, making sure that I'm not getting backlogged on inventory, making sure that I'm getting out my grading submissions like I need to, and all my packages are shipped on time. So just making a couple of these small purchases, it's done a huge help for me just making sure that I'm keeping up to date on everything I need to. So the first thing that I recently purchased was a Rollo thermal printer. So I had a thermal printer beforehand, and it was just a cheap one I got off of Amazon for like $55. And the problem that I had with it is it was only Bluetooth compatible. So it was really designed to just be printing labels from your phone. And that didn't really work for me very well. It was taking too much time to go into each label on eBay after I purchase it and then click print and then have it print out on the thermal printer, and I could only have it close to my computer because my computer doesn't have Bluetooth, so I had to have it hardwired, and it wasn't very efficient for the ship station that I have set up. So I went and bought a Rollo one because it was Wi-Fi compatible. So what I'm able to do now is I can have that thermal printer actually at my ship station and not hardwired into my computer. I can go into eBay, I can purchase all the labels at once on my desktop, and then I can print them all at once, and it prints them out right where I'm packaging. And that's been a huge help for me. It gives me probably an extra 20 to 30 minutes a day that I can be looking on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or just different websites where I can be purchasing inventory. So I think that I think the Rollo printer was like $250. But you know what? If it's giving me 20 to 30 minutes a day, over the course of a month, like that easily pays for itself. So make sure that you're really valuing your time and seeing how much some of these things that, and it was one of those things like I knew every day I'm losing a little bit of time in here, and I just had to break down and finally spend the money. So if you have something like that where you're doing it every day and you're like, wow, this is taking forever, I know that there's a better way to do this, it might be time to really start looking at how much time it's taking, and if purchasing something that will help with your efficiency will give you some of your time back, how quickly can it pay for itself? And the next thing that I want to talk about that I recently purchased was a card scanner. So I had been taking pictures with my phone, and wow, that is super inefficient. And the thing that I was realizing is I didn't like listing cards because it was such a pain to list with the phone. So I had a station set up with a ring light, and I was able to get pretty good pictures of it. But the process of going and taking the picture and then transferring it to the computer to get it listed on eBay, like it just took way too much time, and I was starting to get backlogged on inventory, and that's just money sitting there that I really needed to be rolling into more and more inventory. And so what I did is I went and purchased a print or a scanner. And of course, the person that I am, I went and tried to find one that was relatively cheap. And when I got it, every scan that I had, or it wasn't every scan, but it was like every third scan would have a line across it. And it was hard to tell, like, hey, is this a line on the card? Is this a line on the scanner? And I didn't want to deal with questions from people on eBay. So then I went and I bought a very expensive scanner. And the scanner that I purchased was the Fujitsu FI8170. And from everything that I found online, like this was supposed to be the top of the line scanner. And there's videos of people scanning all these cards super fast. And as the more that I worked with it, I realized I kept getting scratches on my cards, and I was running low value cards through there, and it did pretty well with the non-hollows, but as soon as the hollow started going through, it left a line on every single one. Luckily, I used some cheap hollow cards that were just kind of bulk, but it just was not working for me. So then I had to go, and I've probably spent an entire day, I'm talking like 7 hours trying to get this thing, looking online, trying to figure out the different tweaks, like tape this part down, remove this part, put it in this different type of sleeve, and I just could not get it to where I was comfortable with running cards. So I went and I did some more research online, watched some more videos, and again, invested some time, which I think has really paid off. And what I ended up getting was the Ricoh FI 800R. And I'll show you why it's so good and the things that I really like about it. So I'll grab the camera and flip it around so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. So what I really like about the scanner is that it is a front load and it takes cards that are top loaded. So all I have to do is put it right there, press the button, and just like that, I have a scan of the front and back of the card. And what I like about the scanner is that it is going to be what decides what shows up on the card. Sometimes when you're taking a picture with a light with your phone like I was before, it's one of those things like, oh, you can't really see this scratch, or oh, do I need to show off a little bit more here or there? With this, it goes in the scanner and the scanner is going to pick up what's on the card and I just have to list it. So something that I think is a real benefit of the scans is all of them look the same on my eBay listing. So when you go to my store, they're all going to look the exact same. And I've noticed this when I'm shopping on eBay. I know some of the stores and the way that they take pictures, and if it's someone that I've bought from before and I've had a good experience, I try to return to those when I can just recognize that it's them that took the picture. And I think that's really important, where if you're going to have repeat customers, if they're scrolling eBay and see that it's a scan that they recognize, they just kind of instinctually know, like, hey, I bought from the seller before, the scans look the same and had a good experience, so I'm going to return and buy those again. So I think that that's actually a huge benefit and can be a really good way to drive consistent and repeat customers to your store, is by just making sure that all your listings look the same and continuing to provide that good service that you do with all your listings. So these are just two things that I've recently put money into that I'm really already seeing some of the benefits of. I know with the card scanner that it's helped me get through some of the backlog of my inventory, and that's just more money that I can now roll into more inventory. And the Rolo printer has given me more of my time back every day to be sourcing. So if there's things in your business that you know you could be doing better, maybe take a look at buying some equipment that's really going to help you out with that. And with that, I have things I need to do. I'm sure you do too, so get after it and have a good one.